Somebody took your hair down. It looked really cute like that.
It hurt.
You such a wuss. You right. You not that for real, bro. You soft.
You just acting out because the camera's rolling.
You
Anyway.
I would put it down. You really soft, bro. Beauty. I thought.
I gave birth.
I guess I'm gonna hear about that for the rest of our lives. I was there, but
You just acting out because I turned the camera on, bro.
no, I'm serious. Like you really did look cute like that. So.
My melanin shine like miles of diamonds, coastlines and islands when the sun rise. My melanin shine, no doubt about it. Can't go without it, babe. Can't you see? Black is beautiful, magic things. I want you to know. Can't you see?
It hurt.
I know.
Anyway, you guys, welcome back. My name is Mo.
And I'm Casey. I forgot.
And you talked about me last time. Okay.
Yeah, let's start over. I'm sorry. I forgot.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. How you doing? My name is Mo.
And I'm Casey.
And you're watching Better Benefit. Let's get into it. So we are it's not official for doing commentary girl, what are you trying to say? Recording whenever, once a week or whatever. But I mean, we're just dropping by to say what we have to say about a few events that have transpired within the last week or so.
A lot of big news, especially from the financial standpoint, but let's get into the news that I'm most happy with. They indicted him. I told you. You're going to jail.
You about to lose your time.
You go to jail. Our 45th president, Donald J. Trump, was indicted this week and will be arraigned this week. And everyone that is saying, oh, these charges could be a misdemeanor or they're not quite, okay, slow down. What they're doing is they're setting the stage. Now they can no longer use as an excuse you can't indict or arrest a former president because they've done it. Won't he do it?
I don't prey on people's downfalls, but I do say when you go against the law or feel you're above the law, I feel like justice is served on a hot plate when the law bites you in the butt.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm just leave it at this because I don't want to get us in any trouble. If he'd have went away, like Nixon did, they would have left him alone. But he won't go away. He still thinks he can be president, and that's cool. If he doesn't stop, he's going to be hanging out like Theo Epstein.
Who's that? Like who?
Epstein.
Oh, I thought you said Theo. Like,
Yeah.
who is Theo Epstein?
Yeah.
I just listen with the way that Florida is going right now and Texas and everything. Trump getting indicted is the least of my concern at this present point. Like I said, when you do bad, you get bad. Fine, but all these different changes in these laws that are and bills that are passing right now, I suggest for my people back home in Mississippi to start digging at least a little bit into your local politics. Start looking at the ballot. We've been preaching that for the past 3 years, but it's getting to the point now where they're talking about voters' rights and the rights to education and segregation of the school systems.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Shout out to my brothers, LaRon and Tone. We've been having a back and forth about this country as far as it's concerned with us.
Yes.
If you guys are not paying attention to the financial market, the U.S. dollar is at its lowest it's been probably in the last 60 years. But the problem is BRICS on the other side of that. So they're trying to really devalue the dollar. And I talked to my cousin Omar. One thing about this country about being in power, the last time somebody tried to devalue the United States currency, fiat currency, was Saddam Hussein. This country doesn't take kindly to that. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is this the place for us? Like wifey saying vote, make sure you vote bottom and ticket up. But if you're really looking at it, is this where you want to raise children, where you want to be?
My thing is, where else would we go? And not literally. My thing is, everybody wants to wear the crown, but nobody wants to wear the cross. That's what you say a lot. My thing is, already having a family and a marriage, starting from ground zero.
But that's okay. So you're saying starting from ground zero. We haven't gotten on ground zero. Like everything that's going on here has been going on here. There is absolutely nothing that is happening to black people that hasn't been happening to black people in this country. So when you say where should we go, that's Tone sent me a bunch of TikToks where they pay families because of the low amount of population they have. They actually pay families to relocate 50, 60,000. I'm telling you, it's legit.
I showed you the same thing. You said if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Well, because you have to look at what you're getting. You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
So moving somewhere and being paid to move somewhere is great. But then when you go and look down the school system and the healthcare, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You don't want to move to a country where the best doctor is also the veterinarian. No, that's real.
I mean,
No.
you saved Carl in The Walking Dead.
No, this ain't The Walking Dead. And if it is, then it's
We got
apocalypse.
bigger
We have much bigger problems. So it's basically trying to find out. I told them, Italy, Canada, Belize, you have to go somewhere with an infrastructure that is tantamount to what we have here. Or build it yourself. I just know that the financial market, people start paying attention. Banks are closing. And you get a chance, look up the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and Mexico was talking about joining BRICS, and good old Senator Lindsey Graham talked about sending the military to Mexico to fight the cartel. Sounds a lot like those weapons of mass destruction in Iraq to me. I hope Mexico got the hint, because Saddam Hussein and his family are all dead.
Anybody that look like him.
I'm just telling you, the United States don't play when it comes to the people that are in power. So I'm stitching a TikTok later on today because a brother on there asked, like, what was the question? Like, how come we can't get together on gun reform, bipartisan support? How come we can't get together on education, bipartisan support? But the one thing our government can get together on, have bipartisan support on, is to stop TikTok. Now you have to ask yourself why.
The sharing of information.
It's sharing information. See, our government cannot control the information that's passed on TikTok. Now, there will be times where you find someone on TikTok that is not true, or it may be exaggerated. But for the most part, there is a lot of really interesting and pertinent information that refers to us as a people.
It covers healthcare.
Everything.
It covers education. It covers financial literacy.
History.
It covers history.
Yes.
My thing is this: when people are starting to educate themselves, and we are sharing knowledge that can enhance our way of life, the only reason Big Pharma is still around and medicine is a practice is to keep people sick. That's how you make money.
Yeah, well, that's why Dr. Seep is gone, and I keep harping on this, but it's really the truth. You don't have to use TikTok as the gospel, but you can use it as a reference point to go do your own research. And I am telling you, there is a lot of information, and that's why the government wants it stopped. And this only goes to show there is no quote unquote United States. These are, because if you get rid of Republicans, then there's no need for any Democrats. Mm-hmm. These people are not trying to go anywhere. Don't let them fool you. Right now, the Democrats have the power to put laws in place that will actually save and help the people that they claim are their voters, and they haven't put anything forward. Now, once Republicans have the control of the House and Senate, then the Democrats will come out with all these bills and laws they want to change and shake their fist. You see, we were trying, but they stopped us. They roadblocked us. No. They're all in it together. And as long as that's the government we have here, I don't see how we can win here.
And in your U.S. Constitution, the people have the power
But y'all don't know who the
change
people
things.
are. But we not the people. The people are those that's right now trying to stop TikTok. Those are the people.
So when they say
get
we the people, they mean Congress.
Yeah, they're talking about them.
Okay.
When they said they're in the room, and that's what a lot of people miss. When they're in the room, they're talking. There's not a speech. They're in the room together, all of them together, and say we the people.
And they were all members of Congress.
Yeah, they're talking about them. They were not talking about us. They're not talking about the benefits. No, they were talking about the people that were in that room. We the people say, we the people for, this is for us the people. Those are the people. Mm-hmm. We're not the people.
That's why when they do things, it affects us majorly, but it's never for our benefit.
My granddaddy, Daddy J, shout out to Daddy J. Daddy J said the middle class take care of the rich and the poor. That's what he said. One of the smartest men I ever met. He said the middle class people, which the majority of us are the middle class, we take care of the rich people and the poor people. And that's why they don't want, if you change the system, see, here they are coming together to change TikTok and get that banned, but they won't ban AR-15s.
We just had another shooting.
Just another shooting. Shout out to Gregory Hoyt, because I'm going on his show later to talk about the trans shooter. And, well,
this is the debacle. This is the thing. Because they're trying to challenge that it is mental illness. But by this person being trans or transitioning into a different gender, it leaves credence to being anything other than yourself is a mental illness.
That's mental illness.
And I don't know if they want to open that box.
Well, I mean, and that's why they're trying to get the manifesto blocked. If someone has an ideology that the majority of the people disagree with, we immediately call that person mentally ill. Mm-hmm. Well, if a person wakes up and says the person was born a man and wakes up and says I'm a lady, that's going against the norm. That sounds like a mental illness. I mean, Gregory Hoyt put it. There's a difference between homosexuality and a person. One person said on Twitter, and this was disturbing, when they were talking about the 14-year-old children whose mothers are allowing them to remove their breasts because they said they're little boys, that we don't see you yelling at the cancer patients.
That is not the same thing.
Let me tell you something. A person removing cancerous tissue that could kill them is not the same as Samantha saying, I want to be Sam. It's not the same. That's not the same. And I mean, you don't like what I said. You want to stop listening better. That's fine. That's your choice. But I'm telling you, in this household, we're not. That's a mental illness, man.
My thing is this: when it comes to children, I was playing with baby dolls at 8, 9, 10, and video games at 13, 14. I wasn't studying no boys. I knew I was a girl, and even though I was in a tomboy phase, I knew what I was. And why? Because that's what my parents taught me. And my thing is this: the fact that fluidity is considered this parenting method, it has changed the ideology of children just being children.
Our parents just lazy. They let society raise their children, and then when it goes wrong, they're pointing the finger. You got to be a parent, man. That's
But what is a parent now? Because
well,
there's children having children.
See, you saying now? No. It doesn't change. It doesn't change because if you
there's a bill that they're trying to pass of ageism.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but you're not listening to what you're saying. You're saying that children are having children. Mm-hmm. So my point is still the same. Children, when we having children, they have parents.
That's true.
You have to have parents. If the parents on their job, they don't worry about their children having children. See, because a parent has a job to do, from conception to they throw dirt in the parent's face. They have a job to do, whether you're a mother or a father. And make no mistake about it, whether it's in a setting of one household or it's in a setting of a baby mother, baby father, or a divorce, parents have a job to do. Co-parenting means both one voice or two voices, one message. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be anything different than that. So if you are doing your job as a parent, your child should have a child. You should have an open relationship so you can talk to your child, so that you guys can discuss things. When it's time to speak about sex, you talk about sex and have your own sex education. You cannot depend on people outside of your household to raise your child.
But you gotta leave grace for situations that do occur. So coming to well, one thing I did see, when it because he's one of those how to catch predator type of guys that
Chris
text.
Hansen, it's my dude.
No, it's another dude.
Oh.
He's like that, but he does it on the side. And a parent, he had one of those like TED talks, and a parent said, "How do I protect my child?" And he said the number one factor is building your child's self-confidence, because when they're confident in themselves and know their self-value, they're not looking for validity from other people.
But that's still parenting. That's what I'm saying.
It really is, but that's the thing, because one thing I can say that I was victim of was comparison.
Well,
of oh, I wish you were more like this person or more like that. But at the end of the day, me learning my self-worth at a young age resulted in my life now.
I'm gonna tell you how strong it is. And when I talk about the parenting, there are lessons that were taught to us by Deneen and Lugene that they learned from Rachel and Alberta. Parenting didn't our parenting lessons didn't start June 14th. My mother and father had good parents. Whether they be strict, whether you think, but they were raised in the church, that you have a responsibility. You have responsibility.
But
There's,
I don't, even though my thing is this, a parent could be anybody that has your best interest at heart to me, because my Aunt Betty helped me a lot with my self-worth.
yeah, but see, no. Even though Aunt Betty did what she did, may she rest in power. There's no difference than me learning from Auntie Leslie, or when I went to Birmingham and I lived with Auntie Enda.
But they were your guardians at that time.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But it was the lessons, I told you, multiple voices, one message.
Yeah.
It wasn't like what Dee Dee said wasn't being enforced in Enda's or Lissy or Emily's or Gail or Lolly or Auntie Suge house.
Got you.
You couldn't act a fool nowhere.
Yeah.
You had to go to church everywhere.
Got you.
That's parenting. That's parenting. So yes, Aunt Betty did what she was supposed to do as an auntie, but we can't discredit Miss Nora, because she did what she was supposed to do. That is what parenting is. And you know where they got it from? You know where Aunt Betty got it from? You know where Nora got it from? Grandma Catherine. That's parenting. That's what people have got to stop. And I can show you bad parenting. So I don't know if you guys saw this recently, but a woman in Mississippi killed her husband on Facebook Live. Her mother was there,
In the kitchen cooking.
instigating as far as I was concerned. And when you see the video, it was, and I don't know this brother at all, but from what I saw in the video, this woman planned to kill this man, and I believe it was premeditated. Her mother was in on it, and when you watch the video, she was telling me, "Oh, go and hit me like you did the other night." I don't believe 1 second this man hit this woman, because men that hit women don't threaten to call the police on them. He came in the house. The one thing that is this telling, if you out all night and you married and you come home at 8 o'clock in the morning to get your clothes to go to work, and your wife don't ask where you were, that's because she knew where you were. So that means that man told that woman before, "Hey, listen." And the mother kept asking, "I want to hear this conversation you wanted to have. What is about this conversation?" What it sounds like to me, he was either going to ask for a divorce or tell her, "Hey, it's either your mother or me, but we both can't stay in this house." Whatever the situation is, this lady killed this man in front of her 4 kids, and the first thing in her mouth was, "I don't want to go to jail." Well, sister, I got some good news and bad news. The good news is you ain't got to worry about going to jail, because you going
To prison.
The terrible news, you going to prison. And you better be glad it was in Mississippi and not Texas. Because in Texas, they'd have killed the black lady. And they'd have been up there screaming about domestic violence for men. They'd have put her right in that chair. Her and that wig. Set all that up. They'd probably take that wig in the county.
What I got out of it was, when people aren't looking to argue, they're done. Especially in a relationship, regardless if it's a friendship or a marriage or y'all boyfriend, girlfriend. When the person no longer wants to respond to what you have to say, they're done. So, I mean, regardless if he was getting ready for work or if he was packing his stuff to leave, he was over it and he was on the phone with someone to either keep him calm or to keep tabs on him.
That was a witness. He come in the house on the phone. You don't, and this for all my husbands out there and serious boyfriend, you don't stay out all night and then come in the house on the phone with anybody.
She didn't bring up no other woman.
No.
She didn't bring up no drugs,
They kept
no
talking
drinking.
about him taking his cousin to work and not cooking for 4 kids. And there's 2 grown women in the house. Why they couldn't cook for the kids? She killed that man.
My
And
thing
she
is,
get
why
everything
was
she
she
deserved.
at work?
She ain't got no job. Impossible. Impossible. People that's up there early with BS, they ain't got nothing to do all day. She said, I'm talking to her mama, watching Jerry Springer. Yeah, she's a terrible person. And her mother, and you can look at the lineage. So her mother was a bad parent because he told her several times, ma'am, get your daughter. She didn't do that.
And all she said was, stop.
Yeah,
Stop, D,
ain't-
stop.
Yeah, the fact that she sat there and talked that long on that live, talking about, I'm wanting to see what this conversation is. Well, you ain't got nothing to do with it. You the mother-in-law. You not in the conversation.
My biggest thing is, her mother stepping away from the stove could have make or break the rest of their lives.
Nope.
His longevity and her quality of life.
Well, from your mouth to the prosecutor ears. I hope he says the same thing. And I hope that his family gets custody of those children and tell those children when they old enough why they don't have a mother or a father. Because that's all on her.
And it,
A breakup should not orphan children.
but
Because
see,
that's what she did.
it shows the power of social media too. Because if you're going through that in a marriage, because they were married, why do you need to be on Facebook Live if you just want to?
Oh, she was trying to validate what she was going to do.
And
that's
then
all.
why would you play with a gun, bro?
She wasn't playing.
She already made it up in her mind.
Absolutely. She was hoping to get a rise out of this brother
So it'd be
so that she
self-defense.
could say, see, this why I did it. And when he didn't do any of that,
She
and he was like, I'm about to leave, she killed him. She killed him. Like, that's what happened. The first he says, I don't want to go to jail. You going.
And I don't understand when good men.
You in 45.
Why all these good men end up with bad women?
All I can, first of all, I thank God for the one I found. But I will say this. It goes back to scripture. It says when a man finds a wife, not when he finds a woman. All wives are women, but all women aren't wives. And that's just what it is, man. That's what it is. Because you can best believe this. That man could have married. There are thousands of sisters, strong sisters in Mississippi. He could have married, had them 4 kids. And we'd have never heard of him. We'd never heard of him, heard of her. It would never been this. Not only is this man trying to get to work, but he's making sure his cousin get to work too. And they in there talking about, he don't even ask him for no gas money. Well, obviously, any man that's giving another man a ride, you know when somebody got the money or not. You don't say nothing as a man when a cat owe you gas money until you see him on his feet and doing something else with the money.
Yeah.
I've been giving you a ride for 2 months. First thing you do when you get your paycheck is you go get a couple pair of Jordans. No, brother. Listen. Hey, buddy. Need that gas money, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need that money. Shout out to my dude Stunner, man. I'm gonna send you this. Shout out to my dude Stunner, man. Denver Bronco fan. You and man. Y'all betting on the Denver Broncos, man. I'm gonna need my boodles, man. You both owe me 40 boodles, man. I need my money, man. Money, man.
But on a lighter note, you guys, it isn't Mo's montage, but it's Mo's moment. You know, I am on video, episode 2 of it. Moving on to episode 3 this week. And who asked you? Anyway, you guys, I'll make sure I leave my link in the description box below. It's a journey. Hold me accountable. That's all I can say.
And you guys better vote for my son. He's in a cutie contest of the cutest kid in America, something Monet signed him up for. Yeah, it's a free vote, man. You guys aren't doing anything. Just go to the website and vote for him, man.
Just click vote.
Yeah, because ain't no kids cuter than his. And if you think your kid is cute, vote for him and then enter your contest. We love competition around here.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
I haven't checked it since we've been back from church, but
He's number 135th.
Oh, he dropped down 3.
Yes.
But it's out of like 3,000 and some change. Like it's a bunch of children.
Well, I got my money on him.
So we still got about 11 days left, but you can vote every 10 minutes.
Yes. We got too many friends and family that for this now. Shout out to our sister Maria. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And her mom. Thank you, ma'am.
And if you got a extra some extra walk around money laying around anywhere, you can also purchase votes as well, which would definitely boost the milk the louder.
Yeah, that's Gregory Hoyt. Put you right on.
Come on, Uncle Greg.
Yeah, Uncle Hoyt. That $22 package got like 1,000 votes in it. Let's get that.
But anyway, you guys, like I said, I don't know for certain if we're gonna go back to our videos, but it is definitely nice and refreshing.
Yeah, leave it in the comments.
There's so much going on in the world, and we just want to talk about it. If you have not catched us on KODC 1220 out here in Denver, make sure you listen to the radio show. We try to post it every week.
Yeah, we'll post this week's. So you guys get two. You guys get this, and then you guys get the radio show.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. Anyway.
Right after church.
Also, if you are in the Aurora, Denver metro area and you have some extra clothes or in need of any clothing or would like to peruse what we have to offer, I am hosting the Reduce, Reuse, Rehome clothing drive. I will leave all of the information down below as well as the flyer here. Boom. Take a look at that. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, make sure you follow Mo's Moment, and you can always get in touch with me. The information is on the flyer as well. But as always, my name is Mo.
My name is Casey.
And this is Better Benefield.